Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Zafira Miftal Tasya, and my partner is Hayu Salsabila Supriandini, Lucy Ainunisa, Farida Puri, Disa Triandayan, and Agni Marsha. We are from Catering Industry Management, Class 3A. In this presentation, we will discuss about types of tourism in Indonesia. Next slide. The 5 cities in Indonesia we will discuss are Bandung, and then Bali, Palembang, Yogyakarta, and Lombok. First one is Bandung. The city of Bandung is the largest metropolitan city in the province of West Java, as well as being the capital of the province. The city is located 140 kilometers southeast of Jakarta and is the largest city in the western part of Java Island. And then continue by Lucy Ainunisa.
Thank you, Zafira. And next, adventure tourism is Hawu Mountain Cliff. This place in Bandung is the perfect destination for adrenaline junkies. The destination is called Hawu Mountain Cliff. Mount Hawu is a small limestone mountain. It is popular among the local climbers. We can do climbing, camping, hiking, hammocking, and hiking. The location is in Padalarang District in West Bandung Regency, West Java. Next. Culture tourism is Saung Angklung Ujo. Saung Angklung Ujo is a complete culture and educational tourism destination because Saung Angklung Ujo has a performance arena, a bamboo craft center, and a workshop for bamboo musical instruments. In addition, Saung Angklung Ujo in Bandung is more important because of his concern to continue to develop Sundanese culture, especially angklung to the community through education and training facilities. Location at Jalan Padasuka 118, Bandung, West Java. Number 3, ecotourism, Taman Hutan Raya Insinyur Haji Juanda. Tahura Juanda is a conservation area that combines secondary nature with plantation forests. Enjoy the calm atmosphere and the cool air. See different types of plants grow and develop in Tahura Juanda. Location at Jalan Pakar Kulon, nomor 13 Ciburial, Cimenyan, Bandung, West Java. Number 4, educational tourism, Observatorium Bosca. Bosca Observatory is one of the oldest stargazing sites in Indonesia. We can learn about astronomy and various kind of telescopes in Bosca. Location at Lembang, Bandung, West Java. The last gap year tourism is Alam Endah Village, one of the agronomic village in Ranca Bali with the majority of its inhabitants being farmers and traders. In Alam Endah Village, we can learn many things, such as traditional art, farming, raising livestock, bird watching, increasing knowledge about coffee, especially char coffee, etc. The experience gained from Alam Endah Village, it can be useful to save time during the gap year. Location at the district of Ranca Bali, Bandung, West Java.
Thank you, Lucy. Anybody would like to ask?
May I ask about ecotourism in the city you described?
Lucy?
Okay, thank you, Disa.
What
In Tahura,
activities
we can
can we
see.
do? What activities can we do when visiting Tahura? And is the admission fee affordable? Thank you, Lucy.
Okay, in Tahura, we can see many types of trees, plants, natural scenery, and enjoy the cool atmosphere. There are also several destinations that we can visit, such as Dutch caves, Japanese caves, Kraton cliffs, deer breeding, and other.
Okay, thank you, Lucy, for the answer. Okay, thank you, Disa and Lucy. Next. There is Bali. Bali is a province in Indonesia whose capital city is Denpasar. Bali is also one of the island in the Nusa Tenggara Archipelago. At the beginning of Indonesia's independence, this island was included in the Lesser Sunda province with Singaraja as its capital and is now divided into 3 provinces, namely Bali, West Nusa Tenggara, and East Nusa Tenggara. And then continue by Agni Marsha.
Thank you, Zafira. I will explain the tourism in Bali. First, adventure tourism. Example is Tanjung Benoa Beach. Tanjung Benoa Beach, address at Pratama Tanjung Benoa Street, Bandung Regency, Bali. Opening hours at 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. The atmosphere is fun and refers to adrenaline. Interesting about Tanjung Benoa Beach are the waves at Tanjung Benoa Beach are very calm. There are many choices of marine tourism rides at low prices and water sport rides. Then cultural tourism. Example is Tirta Empu Temple Luk Siring. Tirta Empu Temple address at Tirta Manukarya Street, Tampak Siring, Gianyar Regency, Bali. Opening hours at 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The atmosphere is magnificent garden, religious, and calm atmosphere. Interesting thing about Tirta Empu Temple are inside the temple area, there is a pond with a spring, and tourists must wear a sarong and scarf. Then ecotourism. Example is Ubud Monkey Forest. Ubud Monkey Forest address at Monkey Forest Street, Ubud District, Gianyar Regency, Bali. Opening hours at 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. The atmosphere is busy tourists, cool temperature, and calm atmosphere. Interesting thing about Ubud Monkey Forest are protected forest area with very tall trees. Tourists can see long-tailed macaques, and in the Monkey Forest area of Ubud, there is a temple. For educational tourism, example is Garuda Wisnu Kencana Bali. Garuda Wisnu Kencana Bali address at Raya Uluwatu Street, Ungasan Village, South Kuta District, Badung Regency, Bali. Opening hours at 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. The atmosphere in Garuda Wisnu Kencana Bali is magnificent garden and calm atmosphere. Interesting about Garuda Wisnu Kencana Bali, there is the tail statue in Indonesia, namely the Garuda Wisnu Kencana. Statue which has a height of 75 meters and width of 65 meters. And last tourism is gap year tourism. Example is Bali Wildlife Rescue Center, Friends of the National Park Foundation. Address at Banjardukuh, Teratai Street, number 49, Daun Peken, Tabanan, Tabanan Regency, Bali. Opening hours at 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. The atmosphere is calm, fun, and friendly. Interesting about Bali Wildlife Rescue Center are being able to volunteer to have care for different animal species that may be threatened with extinction, protect the environment from plastic pollution, and raise awareness in local communities.
Thank you, Agni. Anybody, any question?
I want to ask something, Agni.
Yes. What?
What kind of activities are usually travelers do at Garuda Wisnu Kencana, Bali?
In Garuda Wisnu Kencana, Bali, we activities that can be do is watching traditional show and movies, go around with Gawe Kalups. Gawe Kalup is topic service, and learn history, then shopping for souvenir, and hunting for Instagrammable spot.
Okay, thank you, Agni.
Next, there is Palembang. Palembang City is the capital city of South Sumatra Province. Palembang is the second largest city in Sumatra after Medan. The city, with an area of 400.61 kilometers, is inhabited by more than 1.6 million residents in 2020. And then continue by Farida Puri.
Okay, first, adventure tourism from Palembang is Mana River rafting. Mana River rafting takes around 6 hours from the capital to Pagar Alam. Dempo Mountain is roughly 40 kilometers to the southeast of the Mana River. Whitewater rafting is both a sport and form of tourism. It's both thrilling and exciting to navigate the rapids upstream of the Mana River. The geographical condition of South Sumatra's western region, which borders Bukit Barisan, are heaven for adventure seeking new challenge and experience natural beauty in the shape of cliffs on the river's left and right provides the natural beauty of the tropical rainforest, which is breathtaking. Cultural tourism from Palembang is Ampera Bridge. If you visit Palembang but do not stop at the Ampera Bridge, your visit would be incomplete. Sukarno, Indonesia's first president, designed a bridge that could open and rival London's Tower Bridge. Therefore, the bridge was designed during his time. The governor of South Sumatra, Abu Jazis Bustami, performed the formal opening. The bridge was originally called the Bung Karno Bridge after the president. But after his assassination, it was renamed the Ampera Bridge. While in Palembang, one of the best things to do to visit the Ampera Bridge at night. The views are enhanced by the dazzling lights, which add to the allure of the Ampera Bridge. The courtyard of Benteng Kuto Besak is one of the great places to come if you want to enjoy the grandeur of the Ampera Bridge. Next. Ecotourism from Palembang is Mount Dempo. Mount Dempo in Pagar Alam Regency is the highest mountain in South Sumatra. The distance from Palembang city to this hilly location is around 30 kilometers or roughly 8 hours of driving through the Prabu Muli and Lahat Regency. On normal days, you can find many people who purposely climb to the top to find wood or hiking. This crater is also unique in that it may change hue at any time. It can be white, blue, or green at times. Meanwhile, next to this mountain sits Kampung Ampat, where the majority of the inhabitants are Javanese. Next is educational tourism from Palembang is Sultan Mahmud Badarudin II Museum. Located on the banks of the Musi River, this museum exhibits various collections ranging from archaeology, ethnography, biology, art, and especially numismatics studies or currency collection. Sultan Mahmud Badarudin Museum is the perfect place to explore Palembang's histories. The architecture itself is unique because it is a combination of Dutch colonial style and the original Palembang place. Next. And the last one is gap year tourism from the Palembang is Literat Palembang. This volunteer is an expert in the field of literacy. The following are some of the outcomes that can be obtained. First is direct experience working with LPKA children and teenagers with special needs, and kids of many faiths and beliefs. And the second, trainers training, volunteer materials, Indonesia perspective, and peace. Viewpoints of vulnerable children or adolescents, as well as invite and enjoyable educational methods. Thank you. I'm done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Farida Puri. Anybody would like to ask to Puri?
Farida, may I ask some question?
Yeah, of course.
Is Mount Dempo used as a camping ground for the public?
Okay, Agni. Yes, we are. Yeah, we are a visitor can camp near Mount Dempo. Many have done camping there, so I strongly recommend staying there. Since the views from the summit of Mount Dempo are breathtaking. Aside from that, we may drink the traditional is Robusta coffee. Thank you, Agni.
Thank you. Next. There is Yogyakarta. The city of Yogyakarta is the capital and administrative center of the special region of Yogyakarta, Indonesia. The city of Yogyakarta is home to Sultan Hamengkubuwono and the Duke of Paku Alam. Continued by Sayu Salsabila.
Okay, thank you, Zafira, for the opportunities. Next slide, please. Okay, the first one, in adventure tourism, we have Jombang Cave. Jombang Cave is one of adventure tourism in Yogyakarta. Jombang Cave is a collapsing hole that's part of a cave system that runs through Gunung Kidul outside Yogyakarta. Jombang Cave also counted as one of the famous cave in Yogyakarta. And why is this cave classified as one of adventure tourism? Is because in this Jombang Cave, we can feel the adrenaline when we are lower around 165 feet, around 50 meters, and on a roof, and then hike down a tunnel to the Grubuk Cave, which is flooded by rays of sunlight. Some claims the sunken forest is prehistoric. The next one. The next one is cultural tourism. Cultural tourism, I choose Kraton or Palace of Yogyakarta. Kraton or Palace is the political and cultural heart of Yogyakarta, which served as the royal residence of the Sultan to this day. In Kraton, we can learn about the history and culture in Yogyakarta. The Palace complex is also a venue for traditional Japanese performing arts. So if we go to Kraton, we can get satisfied by some performance, as example, a gamelan performance, wayang golek, or wooden party, classical dance, Japanese poetry readings, wayang kulit, or litter puppetry, and Japanese dance on Sunday. Next slide. The next slide is ecotourism. Ecotourism in Yogyakarta, there is this one ecotourism called farmer tourism in Kebon Agung village. There is a lot of ecotourism in Yogyakarta, and one of them is this farmer tourism in Kebon Agung village. This farmer tourism has its own interesting natural and cultural tourism. Lately, farming tourism is being preferred by urban tourists because they can clear their mind and escape from chaotic in the city for a while. The main attraction in Kebon Agung ecotourism is tourists can learn to grow crops and plow the fields with buffalo. Apart from farming, travelers here also witness various tours such as nature tourism, culture, craft, and even museum. In the village of Kebon Agung, there is a Japanese farmers museum in which various traditional Japanese farming tools will be present. The next slide. Number 4 is educational tourism. I choose Sindukusuma Indo Park, and Sindukusuma Indo Park is first and foremost and recreational park in Melati, Sleman, Yogyakarta. It has lots of attraction like Ferris wheel named Cakra Manggilingan, trampoline park, segways, and House of Terror. All of them will make your children happy, but they can also learn escape from the funny they get. They can also learn from educational movie at its 8-dimension theater. The kids can also learn at the House of Batik and Dino Park. Continue to the next slide. The last tourism in Yogyakarta I will explain is gap year tourism. I choose Wildlife Rescue Center. And Wildlife Rescue Center is one of the gap year tourism we can enter. Here we become volunteer for the Wildlife Rescue Center in Java, Indonesia, and take care of rescued animals confiscated from illegal ownership. While we attend this rescue center, we can observe and interact with the rescue animals and contribute and contribute to their welfare, including creating and implementing important enrichment activities for the animals. The duration of this program is quite long, is from 1 week until 4 months, and the volunteer must be age 18 plus.
Thank you, Sayu, for your present. Any question for Sayu?
Excuse me, I want to ask to Sayu, of the several tourist attractions that have been introduced. So, what do you recommend for us?
Thank you, Puri, for the question. I would like to recommend you the gap year tourism. Why? Because I think gap year tourism is the most funny tourism for me, because we can learn a lot of new things, like help those animals to enjoy their life again, and then feed them. I think it's just gonna be fun while we attend this gap year tourism. And another reason is not only to get those fun feeling, we can also learn a lot of new things.
Thank you, Sayu.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Farida Puri. Sayu, I want to ask you.
Sure.
As you said before, you will recommend the gap year tourism. So can you give me any recommendation of gap year tourism in Yogyakarta except Wildlife Rescue Center?
Okay, sure. I think there is a lot of gap year tourism in Yogyakarta, and same as Wildlife Rescue Center, there is this one gap year tourism called Animal Friends Jogja. Animal Friends Jogja is same with Wildlife Rescue Center. They help a lot of rescued animals to enjoy their life again. Is that enough, Shafira?
Thank you, Sayu,
Yeah, well.
for your answer. Next slide. There is Lombok. Lombok Island is an island in the Lesser Sunda Archipelago or Nusa Tenggara, which is separated by the Lombok Strait from Bali to the west and the Ala Strait to the east from Sumbawa. The island is more or less round in shape with a kind of tile on the southwest side, which is approximately 70 kilometers long. And then continue by Disa.
Thank you, Mika. First, adventure tourism. Lombok has a Tanjung Aan Beach. In Tanjung Aan Beach, visitors will be spoiled with views of the unique texture sand like pepper. This beach is also surrounded by a row of small hills, which further adds the beauty of Tanjung Aan Beach. Some of the activities that can be done by visitors on this beach is taking pictures with beautiful scenery and hills, and visitors can also snorkeling, dive, and freediving with equipment that can be rented at stores around the beach. Next is cultural tourism. One of the most popular cultural tourism destinations is Rambitan Sade village. Here we can see firsthand the life of the Sasak tribe, starting from the hereditary traditions that are still being applied to their unique traditional house. This traditional house is made of wooden pillars, dry reeds as a roof, and bamboo walls. Uniquely, the Sasak tribe tribe has a habit of mopping the floor of their house with buffalo dung. This tradition is believed to be able to repel mosquitoes from the house. In this village, we can do some interesting activities, starting from watching the weaving tradition while we can try it, watching the gendang ballet performance at the certain times, taking pictures in traditional Sasak clothes, and buying souvenirs. Next. Third tourism is ecotourism. Lombok has a Gunung Tunak Nature Tourism Park. Gunung Tunak Nature Tourism Park is collaboration between Korea Cooperation and Ecotourism Park Indonesia. The tourist area has a complete panorama because it is flanked by mountains, sea, and forest. The location of the Gunung Tunak Tourism Park has a curved shape as if it surrounds the hills. In this park, there is semi-open space with cool photo spots. Not only that, at Gunung Tunak Tourism Park, there is also multi-purpose room for meetings, a ticket office, and canteen. Meanwhile, recreational facilities are available at Gunung Tunak Tourism Park, one of which is a deer and butterfly observation area. You can also see dozens of wooden pillars filled with wood carving and wood propellers. Next, educational tourism. First is Banyumule. Banyule is one of the village pottery craftsmen. Starting from jugs, barrel, pots, ashtray, wall hanging, everything is fully presented here, and especially using very natural clay. In this location, there is also a location to demonstrate the pottery. Of course, you will also be able to try to make pottery, which is very fun and federally found in the big city because that are already dominated by modern equipment. And next, gap year tourism. Lombok has a Gili Trawangan. Gili Trawangan is still a popular tourist destination, not only for domestic tourists, but also for foreign tourists. The popularity of this exotic island has even almost matched the island of Bali. However, compared to Bali, Gili Trawangan has a more serene atmosphere. The largest of the three small Gili Islands to the northwest of Lombok. This island has its own charm that is pity to miss. The beaches are still clean and beautiful atmosphere. Certainly tempt us who want an escape from the hustle and bustle of the world. In addition, there are various exciting and fun activities that we can enjoy while on Gili Trawangan. Thank you.
Thank you, Disa. Anybody would like to ask?
I want to ask something about gap year tourism to Disa.
Of course.
Disa, do you think it's easy to find another gap year tourism in Lombok? Since, as we know, Lombok is one of the most visited city for vacation in Indonesia. Thank you.
Of course, we can find another gap year tourism in Lombok because there are still many tours in Lombok that I haven't mentioned. For example, is Pergasingan Hills, Sembalun Lawang Village, Benang Kelambu Waterfalls, and even Rambitan Sade Village can be for gap year tourism. Is it enough?
Yeah, it's more than enough. Thank you, Disa.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Sayu. Thank you, Disa. Let's close. Thank you for your attention. Sorry if there is a shortage. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you all. Good evening.